Alright, so for assessment, problem number 1, find the standard equation of the hyperbola, one branch of which has focus and vertex that are the same as those of x squared minus 6x plus 8y equals 23, and whose conjugate axis is on the directrix of the same parabola. When we say one branch, that means to say one of the curves, because if you still remember, hyperbola consists of two curves, either one opening to the left and right, or the other is one opening up or downward. Now, what we have to do first is to rewrite this given equation of another parabola into standard form. So let's start. Alright, first we'll use addition property of equality. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 8y. If you notice, x squared is a term with the exponent 2. So it stays on the left side. So what we'll have to add here is negative 8y. Okay, so we have equals 23. If we added negative 8y on the left side, we should do the same on the right side. So plus negative 8y. Next, x squared minus 6x. 8y plus negative 8y is 0 equals 23 plus negative 8y. So this becomes 0. Actually, that's the purpose of using APE. So we'll have here blank for the completing the square later. Let me write negative 8y first, since it has a variable with it, and then plus 23. So let's complete the square. For us to find the missing number, we have to look at the coefficient of the middle term, that is negative 6, divided by 2. So we have the quantity of negative 6 squared. So we have negative 6 divided by 2, negative 3 squared. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. So we'll have 9 here. And then this one will be plus 9 as well, so that we retain the identity of the equation. Next, we have to simplify this perfect square trinomial into square of binomial. So get the square root of x squared, that is x. Copy the sign of the middle term, that is minus. Then square root of the last term, 3. So it becomes the quantity of x minus 3 squared equals, simplify this side, that is negative 8y plus 23 plus 9. 23 plus 9 is 32. Right. Okay, for the last step, we'll factor out negative 8 on the right side. So just copy the quantity of x minus 3 squared equals, factor out negative 8. So negative 8y divided by negative 8 is y. And then 32 divided by negative 8, that is negative 4, because they are unlike signs. So this will be the standard form of the given parabola. Okay, next we'll find the vertex and the focus based on its standard form. The vertex will be hk, which is opposite sign. So we have 3, opposite sign, that is 4. So we have 3 and 4. And then for the focus, we need to solve first for the value of c. So the coefficient of y, which is negative 8, is the value of 4c. So we'll use positive 8. 4c, divide both sides by 4, that is c. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Therefore, c is equal to 2. Now, observe the graph. The parabola opens downward because we have x squared and then we have negative coefficient of y, so it opens downward, meaning the movement will be on the on the y coordinate. So we copy 3, and then what you do is you have k minus c, because remember, c is the distance, or the distance from the vertex to the focus. So that is 4 minus 2, we have here 2. Okay, vertex is 3 and 4, focus is at 3 and 2. Okay, next is we're going to write the equation of the directrix line. So that will be y equals, we have k is 4, and then you have c is 2. So since the directrix is outside the curve, it will become 4 plus 2, the opposite of the focus. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Directrix line, the equation is y equals 6. Okay, so again, based on the problem, the parabola that we have solved a while ago is actually one of the branches of the hyperbola that we are looking for. Now, this is a rough sketch. We solved for one of the vertices, that's 3, 4. So that will be here in the first quadrant. Same with the focus. Okay, so that is on the first quadrant as well. Let's assume that this is V sub 1 and F sub 1. And then the directrix line will be here, y equals 6. We intersect the y axis. So we also know that the center is collinear with the vertex and the focus. Therefore, we can say that the center of the hyperbola that we are looking for is at C, 3, and 6. Alright. Okay, so what we'll do now is look for the other branch of the hyperbola so that we could complete the equation or the standard equation. Now, let's count the units or the distance from f sub 1 to v sub 1. That will be 1 from here, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so it has 2 units. Same goes for v sub 1 up to the center. So we have 0, 1, and 2. So what we'll do is look at the center, 3, 6. The movement will be upward. So what we'll do is add 2 units. It must have the same distance. 2 units on K. So we'll have V sub 2 at 3, 8. And then for the focus, so we'll add 3. And then counting from the center going to the focus, we have 4 units. So this time we'll add 4. 6 plus 4. So that is 3 and 10. So we have the complete features. V sub 1, this is F sub 1, V sub 2, and F sub 2. So a while ago, we counted the distance from the focus going to the vertex, and that is actually the same with the distance of the vertex going to the center. So it represents A, meaning A is equal to 2. From the center, you have 2 units going to the vertex. And then for the focus, we have C. So from the center going to the focus, you have 4 units. Now, since we already have A and C, we'll be able to solve for B. That is what we need on the or for the standard equation. So B is equal to the square root of C squared, so that is 4 squared, minus 2 squared, equals square root of 4 times 4 is 16, minus 2 times 2 is 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. Therefore, B is equal to the square root of 12. Okay, we're down to the last step. Since we have A equals 2, B equals square root of 12, what we'll do now is substitute it on the standard form of equation of the hyperbola. Since the branches opens upward and downward, this is how the standard form will look like. We have the quantity of y minus k squared over a squared minus quantity of x minus h squared over b squared equals 1. Let's substitute. So we have the quantity of y minus k will be from the center. If you still remember, we have the center at 3, 6. So k is equal to 6y minus 6 squared. Over a is 2. So we have here 2 squared minus the quantity of x minus h is 3. Okay, 3 squared over b is square root of 12. So we have here the square root of 12 squared equals 1. Let's simplify the denominators. 2 squared is 2 times 2, that is 4. And the square root of 12, you may cancel the radical. Okay, so this will become 12. Okay, so this is over 12. For the final answer, we have the quantity of y minus 6 squared over 4 minus the quantity of x minus 3 squared over 12 equals 1.